Kelly, Simply Social Sugar. I love the title and I love the sugar. I love how you tie it into everything. Your speech was great. It was your intention, you had three objectives, right? One was to eliminate the use of the word so. And I'll be honest, I did not hear the word so. I think you did a great job on that. I'll let the odd counter give their official report later. But your other two objectives, one was to make the dry subject entertaining. You started off right out the bat using maybe some of the tips from the VPE and their member in the moment, learning moment. But essentially, you were able to draw us in, and you right off the bat let us know we were going to learn about how you built the YouTube site for the club, which is actually not that dry of a subject if people are interested in it. And you definitely made it interesting. They say time flies when you're having fun. Well, I honestly felt that your speech flew by. All of the information you provided was useful. There was a lot of information that you provided, but it wasn't too much. And you didn't speed through it. Your pace was amazing. All of us were able to follow along. I was even taking notes, and it wasn't because I was your evaluator. I was like, oh, these are great nuggets, as someone else put in the chat, right? The golden nuggets that you provided us. I also love that you were still very good with your gestures. You had your, 5 things that you were going to talk about. When you did the spotlight, that was one of my favorite gestures because it actually looked like the image that you had on the side of you. And the other thing about that you did well was getting the audience involved. So you did the generic asking questions to get everybody to respond, and you picked out myself in particular. But then you also mentioned Mara, you mentioned Nancy when you were talking about the images that you had. You mentioned how Tracy gave you the brand imagery that she was looking for, and involving other people within your speech really helps to bring that engagement in. So you did a great job. One of the improvements that I would suggest was, although I loved all your backgrounds, I thought there was a lot of backgrounds. And honestly, that was the one hiccup that you had, was that you accidentally selected one of the earlier backgrounds. Now, again, like the 1 through 5, maybe that could have been consolidated, but I also loved how they helped each other. So I'm kind of torn on what other kind of improvement I can suggest, because they play well, but at the same time, I felt a little rushed in the visual part. Now, another thing that you were supposed to work on was to inspire your audience. So great way to add that word of the day, inspiration. I think you did a great job. Clearly, your actions themselves, not your speech, are inspirational. The fact that Mara had already utilized some of the actions that you were performing on behalf of the club to facilitate her creating of her website shows that your actions have so much weight to them. I loved, again, that you mentioned your speech from last week where you said, play, pause, and do. I've done that with a couple of YouTube videos as well to build out things electronically, and it really does help. So again, you provided all this good, useful information, and I really loved your speech today. Thank you, Kelly.